Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled today to break down exactly how overseas Pakistanis can navigate the NADRA power of attorney process, literally straight from your phone. Look, if you're living abroad, you already know just how incredibly complicated managing affairs back home can get. But today, we're unpacking a digital system that is absolutely revolutionizing how legal mandates are handled across borders.
Let's just dive right into the before and after here, because honestly, it's a total game changer. What used to be this stressful, super expensive, maybe 1,200-kilometer journey to an embassy, well, it's now become a breezy 15-minute digital task. I mean, think about the old way. You had to physically travel, spend your hard-earned money on transit, burn precious vacation days, and then deal with shipping documents all the way back to Pakistan. And now, you can literally sit on your couch anywhere in the world and knock the whole thing out on the NADRA portal using your phone or laptop.
To make this entirely foolproof, we're going to go on a structured journey today. We'll cover, number 1, what is an online power of attorney? Number 2, who are the parties involved? Number 3, how to apply online. Number 4, handling fingerprints and docs. And number 5, the final video interview.
Specifically, we are structuring this entire explainer around 5 exact questions. We're going to answer what is an online power of attorney and why use it? Who are the executors, attorneys, and witnesses? How do I start the online application? How do I submit fingerprints and documents from home? And finally, what happens during the final video interview? By the end of this explainer, I promise you're going to have the exact answers to every single one of these crucial questions. So stick with me.
All right, starting off with the very first question on our list. What is an online power of attorney, and why do I even need it? Let's establish exactly why you'd even need to log on to this portal in the first place. What's the fundamental purpose of this digital tool?
Let's get into Section 1. What is online POA? Understanding the purpose of the digital mandate.
So, if you're an overseas Pakistani living anywhere abroad, say Saudi Arabia or maybe Malaysia, distance is hands down your biggest obstacle when legal matters pop up back home. The POA, or power of attorney, is totally necessary in a few key scenarios. For instance, the Passport Department in Pakistan now mandates a special letter from overseas parents to issue a child's passport. Or maybe you have a plot of land you need to sell, or there's an ongoing court case that requires your legal presence. A power of attorney legally empowers someone in Pakistan, a trusted representative, to act entirely on your behalf to get those issues resolved.
Now that we know why we actually need it, let's move to our second question. Who exactly is involved in this legal process? We really need to bust some legal jargon here regarding who actually signs this paperwork.
Which brings us to Section 2. Who are the parties? Defining the roles in your application.
Okay, so there are 3 distinct roles you must perfectly understand to avoid an application rejection. Getting these mixed up is a super common trap, so listen closely. The first role is the executor. That's you. You are the overseas Pakistani who is granting the legal authority. And what's actually really fascinating here is that up to 3 brothers or blood relatives can apply together as joint executors. To put that in perspective, if 3 siblings living abroad own a joint property in Pakistan, they don't need 3 separate expensive applications. They can all just be listed as executors on a single application. How cool is that?
Next up is the attorney. This is simply your trusted representative who is physically located back in Pakistan. It makes absolutely no sense for the attorney to be outside of Pakistan, right? You're going to need their complete CNIC details, their father's name, their mobile number, and their exact local address so you can legally transfer your authority over to them.
And finally, the witnesses. You absolutely must have 2 distinct individuals verify the agreement to make it legally binding. The portal is going to ask for their details, including their marital status, and hey, if they are married, it's actually going to ask for their spouse's details as well. You simply cannot complete the process without 2 verified witnesses, for sure.
All right, with the players perfectly defined, let's tackle our third core question. How do I start the online application? Like, how do you actually kick off this digital process from your device? Let's dive into Section 3, How to Apply Online, Navigating the NADRA Portal.
You can do this from a laptop, a desktop computer, or even just your smartphone by heading straight over to id.nada.gov.pk. The interface is identical across all your devices, which is great. And the flow? It's wonderfully logical. First, you create an account and start a new application. Then, you enter your own CNIC as the executor. Really important note here, never enter the attorney's CNIC at this first stage. You'll also input your current country of stay and select your nearest foreign mission. This actually acts as a smart little backup. If your online application hits a weird snag, you can just visit that specific physical mission to proceed without losing your fee. Once your executor data is saved, then you proceed to enter the attorney's details.
Okay, you really need to pay close attention to the strictness of the photo rules here. Don't just take a picture of an existing physical photo lying around. You need to use your phone's back camera to take a fresh photo against a plain white wall. Ensure you're looking straight at the camera, eyes open, and absolutely no glasses or hats, okay? Otherwise, your application's gonna stall and nobody wants that. Now for the part that's honestly the most intimidating for a lot of folks. Our fourth question. How do I submit fingerprints and documents from home? How on earth do you do biometrics without a physical digital scanner?
Moving to Section 4, Fingerprints and Required Documents, handling biometrics and paperwork digitally.
Well, NADRA has engineered a surprisingly simple workaround for this that really just requires a basic printer and a bit of ink. Directly from the portal, you'll download a compressed file that contains specific fingerprint forms for the executor and your 2 witnesses. Note that the attorney does not need to submit fingerprints. You print these forms out, and here is the absolute key. Carefully ink only the specific fingers requested, like say your right and left thumbs. Completely ignore the boxes marked not required. Just leave those totally blank. Get the required signatures, scan them clearly, and just upload them right back into the system. Now, alongside those biometrics, you've got to upload crisp, clear pictures of the front and back of the ID cards for everyone involved. So that means the executor, the attorney, and both witnesses. Everything needs to be perfectly legible.
Now, right here is a massive catch that catches a lot of people off guard. NADRA doesn't write the legal text for you. You must have a local stamp vendor or a legal expert back home write out your specific legal terms, something like special power of attorney for child's passport, on plain white paper. This document must include all the names, CNIC numbers, and signatures of the executor and your witnesses. You then scan and upload this specific document yourself. Essentially, NADRA's job is simply to approve the text that you provide them.
We've officially reached our 5th and final major question. What happens during the final video interview? Once everything is uploaded, the exact text is provided, and the fee is paid in dollars using your credit or debit card, how do you get finally approved?
Let's look at Section 5, the final video interview, securing your official digital approval.
So, if your documents are flawless, NADRA won't make you wait very long before triggering this final security check. You're going to get an email containing a precise Pakistan time appointment, an access code, and a tracking ID. You must click the provided link at that exact scheduled time. When the window opens up, simply grant your browser access to your camera and microphone. Keep your original passport and CNIC handy too. A real NADRA agent is going to video call you directly to visually check your documents and, most importantly, confirm that you are granting this power completely willingly. They just want to make sure nobody is pressuring you into doing this. And just a heads up, the entire interview is recorded for security purposes.
Right after you pass that quick interview, you'll receive a final email asking for your ultimate approval access. Within an hour or two, a bar-coded PDF is emailed straight to you. You simply print that PDF out, attach it to that handwritten power of attorney you uploaded earlier, and boom, your representative is fully empowered. Which really leaves us with this final thought. If a massive 1,500-kilometer bureaucratic headache can be solved securely from your living room couch, what other complex legal systems are just waiting to be mastered digitally? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I truly hope it empowers